Keir Starmer called this a reset. What are you calling it?
I call it an increasing move towards regulatory alignment with the European Union. Keir Starmer's made no secret of the fact that he voted Remain, he wanted a second referendum, he wanted to reverse Brexit. And last September in Montreal, when he was at a summit, he thought he was off air, and he was recorded saying that if he were to be elected Prime Minister, he would all but neuter Brexit through regulatory alignment with the European Union. And I think step by step, we're beginning to see him, to do that. That's what he wants to do. He's a Europhile through and through. And if he doesn't take us back into the European Union formally, he'll do it informally by this alignment that I refer to.
Well, let's talk about what Sir Keir Starmer, the Prime Minister, said today on the record. He said he won't be seeking to rejoin the customs union, the single market, or backtrack on freedom of movement, all key parts of what people voted for when it came to the referendum. He said it's about trade, growth, tackling illegal migration and defence and security, benefits for working people. Surely this treaty is going to be seen as one of those Brexit benefits people were promised.
No, I mean, the whole point about Brexit was to bring control back to the United Kingdom and to make policies for the betterment of the United Kingdom, not to hook ourselves... Is that not
what he's doing by making a separate deal with Germany, a treaty with Germany? We were told that after leaving the EU, different deals and treaties could be done with countries on individual basis, and this perhaps is one of those.
Well, first of all, Germany hasn't got the right or ability to sign a trade deal with the United Kingdom. Any trade deal done by any EU member state nation has to be done at EU level. So this is not going to be of a trade nature. It simply, by definition, cannot be. And if that's what the Prime Minister is selling it as, he's, I'm afraid, not being entirely frank about the position. Germany simply can't sign a trade deal. But the point about Brexit, and this badge, in a sense, this badge that I've got here, which says no sea border on it, is that we never got Brexit because we left Northern Ireland behind, subject to over 300 areas of EU law, dynamic alignment with them. The Trade and Cooperation Agreement, which Boris Johnson signed, hooks us at the hip in all sorts of other regulatory ways. He talks about taking control of illegal migration, but that same trade and cooperation agreement obliges us to stay in the European Convention of Human Rights and subject to the European Court of Human Rights, which means that we can't actually do with our borders that which we would wish to do. And by the way, it also hooks us in, and I know that one of the things he's speaking to the Chancellor of Germany about is military cooperation. That trade and cooperation agreement also signed us in to military cooperation.
What could we do with Germany then? Because there is an opportunity. The Chancellor of Germany, Olaf Scholz, very open to doing a treaty with the UK of some sort. We've only got about 45 seconds. What could we do with Germany that you would be happy with to the benefit of the UK?
Well, what we should get Germany to do is to recognise that its own march towards net zero, is a fundamentally flawed march. I don't know if people have noticed, but Germany's having a cardiac arrest over its EU membership. It's energy basically devoid because of its policy of turning its back on nuclear power and then hooking its supply lines into Russia. And this transition away from net zero has basically undermined the German economy, which so much relied on internal combustion engines. Actually, what we should do is get Germany to leave the EU. That's what he should do.